Are you ever bored of your old, dull cursors? Have you ever wanted to make new ones without getting a bunch of spyware or viruses? If so, then you're watching the right video. I'm going to show you how to create custom cursors that work just as well as the ones Windows gives you, and they can be whatever you want to. First off, you need to get the right program from the right site. I chose one that was entirely free of charge. It's called Real World Cursor Editor. I found it on www.snapfiles.com, and in the next picture I'll show you the exact URL for it. Click the download button when you're finished looking it over. It downloads an installer package, so I suggest you put it along with all your other download packages in a folder where you can get to them easily. Now that you've downloaded the installer, go to the folder you saved it in and start it up. When it asks you where to save the program, I suggest putting it in its own folder in the Program Files folder on your hard drive. It should have it in that spot when it starts up, but if not, take it there and create a new folder. Once it's there, continue on. I don't remember whether the 3D things are before or after that, with the 30-day trial, but I suggest not messing with them. It should install a shortcut to the program on your desktop, and if you open the Start menu and go to Programs, there should be a folder there for it. To use the shortcut on the desktop, just to start. If you don't have it, use the Start menu. Once open, Editor should be on the Online tab. It has 5 others. The Online tab basically just gives you online resources and news. I don't use it much. Now, go to the Tutorial tab and click on the first tutorial, as shown in the next picture. Application Basics tells you just that. The basics of the program. You would have to know them to use the program, although it's quite simple. In general, the tutorial section has tutorials for teaching you to use the software. Next, go to the Create New tab. You would have 7 choices, but I only use 3 of them. They are creating a static cursor, creating an animated cursor, and creating a cursor from an image. By static, they don't mean you can't move it. It means there's only one frame of animation. Now it will bring up an option panel. I typically use these options, but you can experiment with other options as well. When you're all done, click the OK button and continue to where you do all the work. A canvas. Alright, I'm going to split the canvas up into parts so that I can explain them more easily. First I will start with the drawing tools. On the top left are 3 buttons, a pair of scissors, cut 2 identical pieces of paper, copy, and a brush, paste. Just to the right is a dashed box with a cursor attached to it. This is the select button and allows you to move and resize pieces of your cursor in progress. No one is perfect, so they have an eraser key just to the right of that, with 3 options. Then they have a pencil tool, a basic drawing tool, and a text tool. Then there's a line tool, a curve tool, polygon, rectangle, and ellipse tools. Then there's a flood fill tool, a dropper, such a color tool, a projected shadow tool, tells you where shadow will be, and a hotspot tool. On the top is the image formats box. This tells you what the format of the cursor is and gives you a preview of what the cursor will look like. You only see this when you are creating a static cursor. If you're doing an animated cursor, you get name and author, and frame duration, how long the frame lasts. Below is the hotspot box. This tells you where the hotspot is. A hotspot is the place on the cursor that does the clicking. The test area box allows you to test where the hotspot is. Frame preview gives you another preview of your cursor. Colors. Just what it sounds like, it allows you to choose colors to colors. In fact, primary and secondary, primary being the one you use. Drawing tool. A box containing specific options for each drawing tool. Fill style. Tells how the thing you're creating will be filled. Mainly used with the flood fill tool. At the top left is the new button. This opens up a new window at the new tab. Next is open, which opens a new window at the open tab, which I'll describe later. After that is the save button, and we all know what that does, I hope. In the next subdivision is the save image key, and I'm not quite sure what that does, I haven't tried. The next button looks like sound waves, and I'm not sure why they made it that way, but it adds your cursor to the online library of cursors. Next is undo and redo, and I hope you know what they do. The next two buttons are help buttons, what now, and context help, your typical help button. The toolbar on the right half has effects. They can change from left to right, brightness, contrast, and opacity, how see-through it is. Flip will flip the picture upside down and mirror will flip it left side right, if you know what I mean. The weird circular shape darkens the outline of the cursor's shadow. The knives can make it more or less detailed, and the umbrella sets the shadow for the cursor. This is where you work on your cursor. It is typically a 32 by 32 board. They make it confusing, though, because each square is decorated with a 2 by 2 checkered board design. Look at the magnified checkered board below the big picture to see what I mean. Another, slightly less confusing thing is that the top and left borders are 0, so the coordinates for the bottom right corner of the checkered board I made wouldn't be 8,8, it would be 7,7. Annoying, but okay. Next, click the open button. If it's not already there, go to the folder that holds all your cursors. The next picture will show you the folder this should be in. You can click on a cursor that you want to edit and then click on Open. I'd suggest opening a .ini file, such as the hourglass cursor, as the next thing I'm going to show you is the .ini only things on Cursor Editor. .ini files come with a few new things. At the top you can see all the frames for the hourglass. Below each is the frame duration, or how long each frame lasts. You can also see that in the frame duration box, where you can edit how long it lasts. In the bottom left corner is the name and offer box, where you can say what the name of the thing is and who made it. This one was made by Microsoft. Now, for the last two tabs, Customize and Open Recent. Open Recent is pretty obvious. It allows you to open something you edited or created recently. Customize allows you to customize the cursors you are using currently. I'll show you in the next picture what it looks like and how everything works. And that's it. Sounds simple. Probably not the way I put things, but oh well. That should give you a basic understanding of the program and how to make cursors for your computer. However, some of you don't know how to change the ones you use. I'll now show you, through pictures, how to do so.